You got private jet money, man. All the names you've been dropping this morning. You fly private. All right.
You got me there.
Yeah, I did get you there. I don't know if Kyle Juszczyk flies private.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't know anything about that private jet lifestyle.
I don't know if I'm comfortable flying in a small plane. I don't even like real planes.
Let's pivot. We got the 7-time Pro Bowler, one of the best fullbacks we've seen in the NFL. I want him to catch more passes, man. That's another weapon Shanahan has at his disposal. Kyle Juszczyk, kind enough to join us this morning on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. Kyle, it's been a long time since we talked to you. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. How are you guys doing?
We're good. And I guess the first question I have, because it's been on my mind, I felt like you guys set the tone, not in the first quarter, maybe not the second quarter, but leaving the hotel lobby and getting on the team bus, whose idea was it to wear all black? Because I saw Debo in all black. I saw Trent Williams in all black. I saw George Kittle in all black. Chase Young's been here for like 2 days. He was in all black. Whose idea was that? Was this a meeting of the minds before the game?
No, honestly, that was a pure coincidence. That was not planned. But I kind of feel like that's a little bit of a reflection of just like kind of how this team works. Like guys are on the same page because they're really thinking alike. So that was not planned, I promise you.
You know, I'm watching the video of you guys coming out of the locker room with the boombox rocking, and Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams. There's no more intimidating duo coming out with the boombox the way they did. And people Eagle fans hate Deebo Samuel. Not only did he, talk that talk, he backed it up. I mean, that had to give you guys a supercharge on the sidelines, right?
Oh, 100%. Every time going out on the field with Trent and Debo leading the way with that boombox, like, it really does. It doesn't get old, I promise you. Like, you get fired up every week. But like you said, like, Debo, to say what he said and then go out there and play the way they did, like, what can you really say to that? Like, there's really, you just kind of have to take that. You know what I mean? Like, the guy scored 3 touchdowns on only 7 touches. And he's just electrifying. He's a gamer, and that's what he expected to do. He went out there and did it. So, we love Debo, and we're going to stand behind everything that he says.
Yeah, 138 yards on 7 touches, really impressive. I think the boombox guy too is impressive. He was struggling with it in Pittsburgh. Looks like he's got his weight up there here in December. But look, how good did that win feel though? After all the talking, after what happened in the NFC title game, we were there in Philly for that game, and watching Brock get hurt on the 6th offensive snap. It really was devastating walking out of that stadium, hearing all those Eagle fans. But how good did it feel for you guys to say, okay, we know we're here. We know if we see these guys down the line, we know we could beat them.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt amazing. And, I'm almost hesitant to say that because, you're going to get all the people out there that are like, oh, this is their Super Bowl, this win in December. You know what I mean? Like, and believe me, it's not. It really, there was a different feeling that, like, yes, on Sunday, oh my God, that felt amazing. And we were basking in it. Like, believe me, that plane ride was awesome. Watching the tape yesterday with our coaches was awesome. But I mean, really, like, by yesterday afternoon, just talking with some of the guys, I'm like, I'm kind of over it. Yeah. Like, I really am. Like, we're already over it. And that's something that I think we've learned from earlier in the season. After that big Dallas win, we had that, a dominant victory over a really good team. We were 5-0. And then we had a little bit of a lull there. And like that we know, like, we can't afford that. That is not, that cannot happen again. So, we definitely enjoyed it, but I mean, quite honestly, like, we've moved on. We're ready for the Seahawks.
I love that. I would love that, everything about it. I want to get into CMC in a second, but like, you guys are such a physical team. I feel like people sleep on how cerebral you are. Like the squad as a whole, the football IQ of the coach, the play calling, how you're installing plays, the way that you guys utilized the over-aggression of Hassan Reddick against him on like that little fake handoff to the end around, the little chip play. When you're installing that, are you guys all like, oh yeah, this is going to work? Or like, because you're watching the the film back the next day, and you see it. I mean, it works to perfection. Seeing Hassan Reddick come flying up, and here comes Debo running right around him, and George Kittle leading the way, blocking two guys simultaneously. Like, take me into how you guys install that play, and then seeing it executed, and then seeing you guys back in the film room kind of almost laughing about like how well it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a regularity with Kyle is him kind of calling his shots, and while he's installing the plays during the week, telling us exactly how it's going to work. And at this point during installs, we just smile and we're excited, and we're just like, I hope this play gets called. That's really what it is. Each week, because we have plays like that installed every week where we're going to take advantage of their over aggressiveness or how they play a certain look. And as a player, you're just hoping gosh, I hope we get to a point in the game that this is the correct call, because it's going to be so sweet when we go out there and execute it. So yeah, I mean, we're smiling when he puts it in, and then when we watch it, after the game, we're all having a good time with it.
7-time Pro Bowler Kyle Juszczyk here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. Niners coming off a dominant victory over Philadelphia, 42-19. They've won 4 straight coming out of the bye week. And when you talk about this offense and all the plays that are getting installed here, in training camp, I thought to myself, and I was talking to the roasters in our audience, and I said, feels like this offense has scored 30 points a game. And I know that hasn't been done a lot in the NFL. What is it, 15 times, Shasky, in NFL history? But I truly felt like that because of all the weapons and the quarterback in Brock Purdy. How'd you guys feel in training camp as you were getting ready for the season with Brock Purdy at quarterback, settled in, coming back from the torn UCL? How'd you feel about this offense coming into the season? Did you believe that you guys could be this explosive so quickly here? You guys are scoring 30-30-30 when everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, we had all the confidence in the world that this is something that we could do. It was interesting coming into training camp, just seeing where Brock was going to be on his recovery path. Because, none of us knew either, and I'm sure he didn't know how exactly he was going to respond early on. And I think he showed up and was practicing first day of practice, and I think we were all maybe a little bit surprised just how good and healthy he was from day one. And he's just done such a good job of managing that and, being able to stay healthy and take care of that thing. But we knew if we had a healthy Brock Purdy, and with the weapons we have and the way the offensive line has come together, 30 points a game was a realistic goal. And it's been, man, it's really been, it's so fun to be able to go out there and score at will and just have the confidence that if we're healthy and we're not making stupid mistakes out there, hurting ourselves with penalties, that we feel like we can score on every drive.
And you guys almost did in Philadelphia. You scored on 6 straight drives, 6 touchdowns there to score 42. You guys have outscored Dallas and Philadelphia 84-29, and you get ready to play the Seahawks, who you dominated on Thanksgiving night. But everybody has their story on when they knew that Brock could be that guy. What's your story? When did you know that, you know what, there may not be a drop-off with Brock Purdy at quarterback? Because a year later, after him starting against Tampa Bay, I'm blown away that this guy is the odds-on favorite to be the MVP. So when did you know, Juice, that Brock could be that guy in this offense?
That's interesting. There's different phases to it. There's the very early on phase where you see him do some things at practice. You're like, okay, I see why, he got drafted. And then there was a game in one of his first preseason games where he fired this 6-seam route to Dwelly. I think we were playing the Texans or something. And all the starters are, on the sideline, and we're watching. We're like, whoa, what is this? And then last year, he comes in when Jimmy went down and didn't miss a beat, finished that game off, got us the win. And you're like, okay, he stepped in and finished the game, but what's he going to be like the next week when a team can prepare for him and he's got, all the pressure of a full week of preparation, and then he goes out there and kills it again. So I just feel like there's just been, those little phases, those different moments, and every time he's delivered. And at this point, we're really not surprised anymore. Right. He's just been so consistent. It's not like he's this, flash in the pan type of guy that you get a different guy every week. Like Brock's been the same every week. So it's hard to even be surprised at this point.
I mean, the moxie, the composure, the command of the offense, the instincts, the pocket presence, the feel for pressure, his ability to escape it, anticipation throws. I mean, it's all on display. But what are the things that us fans, what are we not seeing that you guys see when it comes to Brock Purdy?
It's his preparation, man. He is so locked in. I've never seen someone so dialed. Like, he is always in his iPad looking over the plays, looking over the call sheet. Like, we do our install in our meeting room. The meeting breaks. Everyone, gets up and is moving on to their next thing. And he's still sitting in his seat for an extra couple minutes, like going over those last couple coaching points that Kyle just, installed. And he's always thinking about it. He's always studying. It's extremely impressive, especially, he's only in year 2, and man, he is a true professional, and he works his butt off, man, and it's inspiring. You love to see that from the guy that's, running your offense.
Absolutely. All right, break down CMC for me, because McCaffrey's, he's unbelievable. Like, we knew he was good. We didn't know he was this good. The full experience, the vision, you're setting up blocks for him. You're watching the film back. He has unbelievable feet, and then the wiggle to get through, and then the explosion, the way he finishes runs. I mean, from a fullback's perspective, break down what makes Christian McCaffrey so special.
So here's the thing with Christian is, like, it's tough to give him a compliment because he's legitimately good at everything that any compliment you give him, you feel like you're leaving out something. I'm just saying, like, he's great at breaking tackles, then, like, I feel like I'm leaving out the fact that he can just outrun guys, that he doesn't need to break the tackles, or if I say that, he's a great runner he's a great runner, I'm leaving out the fact that he could be a starting receiver on most teams, He really is. He's the most complete football player I've ever played with. He had some pass protections this week that were just absolutely top of the line. There was a play this week that there was like some miscommunication, and he took over and he was blocking the defensive end by himself. He's so well rounded, and he's another guy that, like, the preparation is everything. I've never met somebody that does so much to take care of his body, because he knows, like, he takes it personal of how much is asked of him and how much is expected from him on game day. And believe me, like, that is not easy to have your body ready every week, to handle the ball 20, 25 times and still be as electric as he is. So he's been just the best teammate, man, and I'm so happy he's on our squad.
Yeah, we all are. This guy's a stud, 1,000 to 1,000 type of guy here we're talking about. We're talking to Kyle Juszczyk here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 A Game, 7-time Pro Bowler. So a couple more for you before we get out of here. Kyle Shanahan, your head coach, you've been here for a long time, and you've seen Kyle. In what areas has he grown? Because it feels like he's doing his best job this year. And you guys have had some special seasons. 3 of the last 4 years, NFC Championship game appearances, a Super Bowl appearance. But it feels like this year it just feels different. Is there a difference to Kyle Shanahan this season?
You know what? Again, like, sometimes I hate, like, pointing out differences or, compliments, because I don't want to, like, diminish what he's already done, because I feel like he's been great my whole tenure here, these last 7. But yeah, I just think he's really tuned into this team. He really has a good feel of, just what we're good at. He's got a great feel of even just, like, little things during the week of, like, okay, do they need a full speed practice today? Are their bodies a little banged up? Do we need to just be fresh on Sunday? And okay, let's take a few plays off at practice. Let's take the pads off. Like, I feel like he's got a really good feel of that, and he just knows this team. I mean, so many of us have been playing for him for a long time now. Like, there's not a lot of guys that are, in the first year playing with us. So I just think he has a really good beat on this team and a really good understanding of us.
All right, well, real quick one, and then we'll get you on out of here. George Kittle always has the custom Jordans on. Who got the best shoe game on the team?
Oh, you know what? I feel like George would be upset if I didn't give him that crown, even though, subtly, I think I'm pretty high up there. Get a lot of compliments from the team. I'm just maybe not as flashy about it. So I'll give it to my guy, George. He's got great shoes, great fits.
No Debo?
The all black Force Ones.
No Debo?
I didn't even know they made those.
Hey, I mean, Debo's definitely up there too. I was teasing him last week with those big boots he came in on. I mean, he looked like he was 3. He looked like.
Hey, real quick, I gotta ask you about Drake Greenlaw. I'm talking about the security guard.
Yeah, forget
but
that.
But on the broadcast, Greg Olson said, even Fred Waters said Drake Greenlaw is the hardest hitter in the league. And we saw Drake Greenlaw in training camp, and he's hitting the helmet.
God.
And we're like, Drake, give us the get fired up. He goes, no, there's no pads on. Then he goes in there, and he stuffs Christian McCaffrey in the hole without pass. I'm like, this guy is insane as a middle linebacker. Somebody compared him to Alvin Mack from the program yesterday, and I can't unsee that. How hard does Drake Greenlaw hit? You've gone at it against him in practice.
Oh, yeah, believe me, he definitely brings it. I think it might have been his rookie year. We were in training camp, and we were going through it was like a 2-minute or a turbo situation, and I caught the ball in the flats, and I was going to get out of bounds to need to stop the clock, and kind of just let up, and he absolutely lifted me. And the team posted a video of it, which first thing I'm like, come on, guys, let's not post this video of me just blown up by a rookie linebacker. But that was my first taste of it. And so Christian and I, all the time during games, we're just in awe of Dre. Dre's our favorite player. He's so fun to watch, and he imposes his will and that physicalness, that toughness. It's infectious because, when Dre goes out there and he's just punishing people, you want to go out there and do the same thing. It really fires you up. And he's got this incredible ability that it just in awkward situations and in the open field, he can get his cleats into the ground and still generate an incredible amount of power to still really put that thud on you. Mm-hmm. And I don't see that from anybody else. And I think I really do think he's one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And he is so fun to watch. And he's my favorite player on our team.
All right, before you get on out of here, we know that Trent and Debo are controlling the boombox. Who's the last guy on the team you want controlling the music in the boombox? Who's the guy you least want to hear their music from?
I'm going to go Colton McKivitz.
Wow.
I'm not trying to listen to whatever country playlist.
See, Kyle, you got that swag, Kyle.
Let's
go.
Let
me rock with you, man. You got that swagger. Hey, seriously, it's been a lot of fun watching you guys this season. It feels like something special's brewing with you guys. But good luck against Seattle. Let's beat up on the Seahawks on Sunday, and then we'll see you soon. Good stuff, Kyle. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, no problem. Good chat with you guys.
Anytime. Kyle Juszczyk, fullback of the Niners. We on the run here. That's it for the Roast. Standing Guru next, right here on 95.7 The Game.